Well, welcome everybody and good morning. It's Monday, the day after Father's Day, 2025. And instead of our usual Tina, because she's still on a respite, uh, we have Tina's little brother we're going to try today. And instead of Tina, we have, there he is, we have Tiny. So we're going to try Tiny today and see if we can get some decent sound out of this, and hopefully this works and I'm not wasting my breath. But for today, we are going to be following the transfer job that came up yesterday, and today the crew is going to grab their 4 engines and they're going to back up and couple up to that red caboose back there on your left. And then they're going to take that caboose and run it around the interchange traffic that's on the southbound main. They're going to tack the caboose on, run back around it, couple up to the head end, shove the train back past the interchange to West Mifflin, and then pull the train down into West Mifflin staging. So without further ado, let's get started and see if we can actually make this work. I don't know if we got the caboose or not. Nope, we sure didn't. So we'll hit it again. There we go. A little stretch and we got it. All right, let's let that crew do their air test and get ready to take this caboose around the main. Now the crew starts making their way up the ladder to get out onto the northbound main and start their runaround move. The gondola down on your right hand side is going to be the head end of the train. We'll kind of pan around and see exactly what we're dealing with here. Yeah, the conductor already has a good track list, so he doesn't have to worry about going slow and taking car numbers. They can go all the way to the other end and just get their work done. And we'll see if we can catch up to them at the rear of the train, putting the caboose on. We got the crew coming in now. Only a handful of cars until the coupling, but they're going to stop and make a safety stop about a car length away. And make sure everything's lined up properly. And we'll see what we can do about a coupling here. Right, let's give it a stretch and see if we got it. Yep, we got it. Perfect. So we'll cut away from the caboose and we'll run the power back around the whole train, and we'll double it together, and we'll take it down the interchange. And we figure we'll just wait around and let the light power go past the caboose and get a look at that as he goes. I'll run around to the head end and couple up, do an air test on the first cut, and then double back to the second cut and do another air test. And we'll see if we get a good coupling this time. I'll probably jinx myself by saying, hey, we've already had one good coupling, let's try for two. And with my luck, I'll try to couple it up and the house will catch fire or something crazy like that, but we'll see. We'll see if we can get it. Cross your fingers, everybody. And let's give it a stretch and see what happens. Hey, look at that, 2 for 2. I'll be darned. All right, we'll go set up at the crossing and watch them shove back and make their double and follow along. Since there's no engine on the head end, when the crew shoves back to the crossing, they're going to stop, make sure that traffic's all stopped where they come across. And as you can see, Johnny Law in the bottom left corner watching carefully to make sure we do this right and to make sure nobody gets hit. This is one of the favorite spots of the local police to watch. Alright. They get stopped, everybody's stopped on the roadway, lights are flashing. We'll bring it back another 5 cars. And down to about 3. And 2. 1 to go. Okay, everybody cross your fingers. Let's see what we get this time. About 10 feet. Not looking good for the home team. Well, maybe. Let's take a look. Let's give it a stretch. I'll be darned. 3 for 3. That just made my day. Alright, we're going to reposition ourselves and watch the shove. And with the air test complete, all the brakes are working. Crew gets ready to shove back. We're going to shove back past the interlocking just beyond the tower. And we'll get the dispatcher to line the crossovers up. And we'll end up going down the hill on the track in front of that CSX boxcar, which takes us downgrade to staging. The Union is very well known for shoving trains caboose first all over the place as needed, and for this layout it's needed, so this is what we do. Pretty decent amount of transfer today, or interchange should I say, but nothing that 4 MP15s can't handle. Speaking of which, here they are. Lots of gondolas on this layout, and on the Union Railroad, lots of gondolas. It is steel anyway, so that's kind of what you expect. once they clear the interlocking, they'll ease it down to a stop and talk to the dispatcher. And let's get ourselves relined here. And switches are all lined up. And dispatcher permission to proceed. So here we go. As you can see, it's a pretty hefty downgrade. It's 2.5%, which for a locomotive or a train is very, very steep. But we put on plenty of power for what we have in the way of a train. We watch our slack. Don't have dynamic brakes, so it's all air. But our skilled crews know what they're doing. They do this every day. Almost looks like one of the roller coasters at Kennywood. For those that are familiar with the area and the amusement park. It's about steep enough to be. But we're in no hurry. Maintain control of the train, that's the most important thing. And with that done, the Union will drop these cars off at West Mifflin Yard, and the Wheeling and Lake Erie will come in and pick them up, and they'll bring their own cut of cars in for interchange. And tomorrow we'll do the same thing in reverse. We'll just grab the interchange and bring it to Duquesne and classify it and start another day. Everybody enjoy your rainy Monday if you're here in Maryland. Happy modeling.